occasions, of course, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, on line 1, line 2, line 3. Yeah, so there's quite a bit, few dilemmas and those concerns, the queries. Um, on yesterday's mothers and correspondence, we have on several cases with the candidates. That is basically because we have a few concerns, few accountability, few responsibilities to feedbacks exactly what has been really complained on our view, observers line of inquiry line. So we come across several matters and all those related to this one to the areas that we are really dilemmaing much is called Sudan to the Uganda, Sudan to these 5 countries, East African 5 countries. So that is the Sudan to East African 5 countries. If you look there, not the Sudan of Khartoum. If Sudan of Khartoum, we are really peaceful there. Yeah, that is the typical Sudan, so no changes there. Whatever you look at the map, there is no blame there, no confusions there. The politics is upright, and then the candidature system is well formed and well transformed actually, because they said they are totally reformed. They also claim they are well renewed of the Sudan copyright policy, which is 1821. So where is our dilemmas? Because the areas of the SPLA is conquered. That is the SPLA colonizations conquered area, and then which is to Uganda, to Kenya, and then of course how to of course unite this country as Sudan, and then after for using one country names. Because my company here, we are the strong finance bank, we are also affected. Because why we are affected as a company, as being a companies, because people, we attract normal people, the people we attract are the customers. In our African political overview, and then the candidature systems of Africa, we observe here that there is too critical and that political standby. So because of the untrust, because of the unapologetic manners towards the candidates, African candidates. Of course, if whatever they come with the new manifestos, there is no fixed areas down there which they are really fixing. But if it come to this line which we are talking about, to Sudan to Uganda area, which is the SPLA conquered area. So let's leave alone this one Khartoum and blames and with that continuous support as a Sudanese, and then the areas that we have dilemma on and where my company is affected, your company is affected, and other development is affected, and then where we are seeing new changes coming up, things in the market working well, and then we are having quite a bit slowdowns in many areas, because as a sign of weaknesses in our political candidatures systems, which is supposed to be always reformed forward for future adjustments and for future good leaderships. But we found all these matters of the unapologetic matters, of course, opposing this one Sudan unfold alongside this border, and then restricting, also putting this one all African leaders with the good start to transform to poor start, because the political standby is setting, and then the order is collapsing down there. If we re-access and then we look at it, so with all the political kickoff, of course, we found that is the Ding and Nuer associations with the as an SPLA foundations, which they call Sudan People Liberation Movement or associations. And then what is their problems there, because they have problems. Their problem is toward tribalism, and that tribalism is well blacklisted in African histories line. And then we are well educated of these transformations, speech. That's why our speech always is constant towards that reform, because we know there is a big loopholes down there for all the African youth and all the future leaders to be alongside there. But what is the right down there we should do if they cannot think right? What is the right we should do there to support this line, which is really we are observing is it has different future loopholes, and then resizing them, and then fixing them, and then to make them available, because that is a different cut blood fallen away, and then need to be repaired by eating different fulfilled foods that can at least put your blood level back to normal, and then so that you can reason again. And then that's why how to educate those corrupt leaders, those people who are not too educated there. What can we do to educate them? If that is the problems they have, down there with all the future burdens they have there. What is required there we can fix. So if they look more, for them they look more company, and then what solutions shall other companies be involved alongside there? If we see the opposite side, and then the right side of vision of the political candidates, of course, in Africa. Of course, they are seeing the disadvantages. Of course, they are using the disadvantages of these disadvantages, which they are pushing forward to unfold Sudan borderland matters with Uganda, which was to be 18 to 21 cases, and then they are unfolding those orders, and then by restricting different movements alongside there, because they claimed here this is a rebel fought area, and then we conquer it, and then we have to utilize it without the government role. So what can we do as a companies if we come with a solution? What resolution we can put alongside there to unite that area, and then to ensure we protect it as a company, confidentialities, and then for people use on daily basis. So mandatorily we look at the several things down there. We bring solutions. Of course, if this is a political party in Kenya, political party in Uganda, political party in DRC, political party in Ethiopia, political party, you name it, of Sudan government, the real Sudan government, and then they should involve is this one, of course, bring those companies which they see whatever in the SPLA regions, which is SPLA conquered regions, because SPLA is still a terrorist to the governments. We know that. That's why government they are fearing to mandate that they themselves down there, they play their politics. They say we force peace talks. So the government involved this and accusing us, and then we do fight them back. So what is required down there we should do is this one, we have to verify is this one. Does those people have a qualified companies down there, a company which has a good name, good reputations, and good paid down there? Do they have, if they have, and then what kind of a company are they having? So that we leave their governments, whatever they say that's their government, we leave their governments, and then if transforming them to Uganda, transforming them to Ethiopia, transforming them to Kenya or DRC or Central Africa, and then we have to ensure is this that we first bring those educated companies, the Dinganware companies in the SPLA regions, which is alongside of Juba, and then we bring them outside of there, and then we introduce them to Ugandan videos, either to Ugandan video if it's gonna be the NTV or the or the Kenyan Citizen TV, because these people they normally come and claim themselves there. They have to appear on those country televisions, like, and then of course, causing this when the problems, and then they're coming as a Sudan, not a Sudanese government. They're coming still as a rebels down there, and they're claiming, and then we who are foreigners, observers, we have to observe you respectively. No, that's why we have to fix you always. We are writing for free, we are volunteering. If the more we volunteer, what the solutions, what different ideas you expect we can produce. This is our idea. So we best say it is different. Does those people really have a company there in around the Juba regions or Bargazal regions or regions or you name it and you name it and you name it? Do they have a company there in Yambios? If they don't have, and then who is involved there as a rebel? That could be the rebel. Maybe their company is the SPLA, or why shall Kenya, Uganda, DRC, and this country focus with the SPLA reduced than using their new whatever called, which they should put their SPLA if this is the SPLA, because they put the SPLA conquer regions of Sudan, because SPLA is, I think, the Sudan People Liberation Army. So if that's them, then you put there, and then the world will know that, other than putting their name, which is the source, Sudan. And it's very wrong. It's a big dilemma. It's a big problem. So we don't want that to happen alongside East Africa, with the East Africa brotherhoods and with the Sudan, and then we don't want that to happen and to concentrate around there. So on overview, if we see in a political kickstarts, does the manifestos of the elected and to be elected leaders, of course, for the future, do they really meet or met the ideas that are concretely brought as a company in these regions which they are rivaling for? Are they rivaling because of the oil price, because of the oil, or because of the River Nile fishery systems, or which one, which idea do they have where? Is it because of these kidnapping levels went up? The people, the people, the Equatorian children who had been kidnapped and confused around East Africa, and then they found themselves in developed countries like USA, Canada, you name it, Australia, Europe, and then of course they are there, those to confuse these people, and then to confuse them, and then chew little bit money out of them, because that is a contrary things which they are really doing there. If this is the one we said here in a political kick start, and then we can introduce that very much in our manifestos, to which will coordinate these new political stands, and then the previous political stand, which the so-called which one them down there over your manifestos, if you're positional in that areas which we are mentioning, and then you should be very aware what are really there involved and what are really not involved. But if it's a concern of the bills of rights, this is a bill of right, justice, non-corruption justice, and then of course there we do have a little bit different corporate large ideas, which we are sharing, of course, for the bill companies. There are some bill companies and unwanted bill companies. What can we do from them if they want money from other people per month? We come with the ideas of this one, of bringing back Sudan, and then they're coming with the wrong ideas, asking for some from people every time's money, other than asking money one times. For us, this is our company. We said, worldwide, we told everybody worldwide to donate to us money. Whatever they donate, $5, or $1. We know is this one, our budget limit for 5 billion people worldwide. We know the much money we will ask there is one-time borrowing, which is 1.1 trillion. US dollar. That is the least we know, the money we borrow from people. What about this kind of a company? How many times are they gonna be bothering people, borrowing money from people? That is a waste, because the waste is coming from where? Coming from this kind of the SPLA regime area, which they conquer there, and then they're the one bothering and fooling people over and over. So what can we do, especially over this kind of companies which are borrowing money from our residents on a daily basis? What can we do about them? So that's why we come with the concrete solutions that we can cooperate this large set to shut down this kind of a company. And then we began the process in our elections and campaign around Canada. We did with the Rogers. We shut Rogers 100% down. And then there are a lot of red tags, police red tag has been put on Rogers doors now. And then the process will keep growing. The more we go with those elections, within the next years, we will be more successful. All the Canadian people will be more successful. Whatever worldwide, we did that, and then we shut them down. We know we did all the computers, including the computers which they put from this or which one, we put them all back to their boxes, and then we are trying to replicate them back to where they started the company from. That is the process which has been already implemented down there. That is basically to do with the unwanted bill companies. If the bill companies are those companies which we already scanned the orders up there, and then every individual of you already know that. And then with the addition with the so-called SPLA, Sudanese people, alongside of Uganda, alongside of Kenya, and you name it, Ethiopia, in these 5 East African countries, and then of course, we also have that regretted dilemmas down there with them, and then we will proceed, and then we place also this one close down with those people down there in the border, because the immigration office, because the drivers, our drivers, they're complaining, the Ecuadorian drivers, they're complaining a lot. They're saying these people have like 100 roadblocks down there. They're overtaxing these one drivers. They're borrowing too much money from those people, and then all the drivers, they're not happy alongside down there. What we know is this one, we are trying to create back this one Sudan Immigration Office in the border entries in these 5 countries, because this is the areas which is affected. But to do upper level there in the north, they are really saved where the right Sudan only is saved. But where the right South Sudan is, that is where the corruption is. And then we are trying to resolve these matters amicably worldwide with every individual. That's why our lending systems and our borrowing systems will donate money to the Strong Finance Bank and Wine Mall, City Malls, and then is issued if whatever that donation has been made by 5 billion people worldwide, we know there we have 1.1 trillion US dollar, and then this will implement and will support this one, the Mali people or the Ecuadorian people and their city, which is in a Juman district, and then we will ensure we improve that city, we modify that city, we put a little bit more luxury homes down there, because putting more luxury homes will put more respect for the Ecuadorian people, which if you look at the map down here, they are really tucked off. They know they have a big long name, which they call Equatoria Sudan. That's what they know down here. And then thereafter, the Dinka people, the Nuer people come in and are trying to overtake it off. And then if they are trying to overtake it off, and then what ideas we should work as a youth, Sudanese youth, in this Uganda entry, in this Kenyan entry, in this DRC entry, in this Central African entry, and this Ethiopian entries. What shall we do if that is we who are here, the equatorial regions here, and then what dilemmas that we can resolve there could be cooking our mind, and then to bring this one wider bit, this one things that the Dinka and Nuer cannot do in that particular particular areas, and then we can do it alongside here in Uganda or in Kenya, and then we can resettle down there, and then we leave that area there unattended at the moment, and then till we will come to attend them as the campaign and elections goes, normally without war, and then without weapon, without injury, without blood levels, and then that is what we know. Because working alongside with the brains that help more securely, and then we'll keep that safety running alongside along there. That is our major tactics and major style for that political parties, and then for that manifestos which we just put down there, and then ensuring the future is safe to all the Sudanese, Uganda, whatever their entry to Uganda is not secured, they are overtaxing, let them stop position going to Sudan there, and then let them remain where? In Uganda or Kenya. Because if whatever they are going there to collect work, some temporary work, and then they want to work and make little bit money there, because staying in the refugees, you don't make money, and then they should go without children. If they go without children, they can survive there and then remain there, and then come and then remain there, come, and then that's what they should do as they know, because that is not a safety area. If their problem is this one, those people own more than 100 roadblocks from Gulu to Juba. That is 100 roadblocks. Why shall they have 100 roadblocks down there? Asking too much question for what reasons? That is in total confusions. So the drone systems these days is corrupt also. Some drone is very corrupt, which is leading people to minimize and accelerate the committees, So that is why is a mandate. We have to ensure there is what we call a future of Sudan at large, with no rebel activities and war alongside there, to the borderlines of East African countries. Because what we know is this one, we are doing a copyright of 1821 to wherever you name it, for at least for the combinations of 9,999 years to come in. Sure, that is overview. We know it will be a mandate for every individuals. So to do with also this one, insurance companies, what can we do about the insurance companies? Insurance company for life, insurance company for home, insurance company for adults, insurance company for hospital. That is corruption, and that is scam. What can we do about it? We are also there accelerating and then trying to end that mandate, and then trying to give a freedom for the residents alongside who are conquered like rebels. Rebel conquered them. This insurance company, they are really rebels nowadays in Canada. They are really like rebels. They don't even give people at home respect. Whatever you come, you just come right now, and then the person whom you meet here in this country try to help you and then take you to employment. They won't respect you. They're after your money, and then that's it. They don't even give you respect. They don't give you the love. That's why it's mandatorily very challenging and very confused matters here in these countries. It's like rebels. It's still there operating their own things. The Canadian government even don't care about it. They don't even say anything about it. They're just leaving them, coming with their opinions. Why? That could be the money paid from the government. The government maybe stop those kind of money, putting those kind of challenges alongside these people. That's what we are really not sure. Enforcing all of this must be to be the most crazy, of course, shortening all the Canadian futures. What a solution and what required that we should bring, at least that could be more matured for zillion years to come, if is expectedly to be. If we talk of the utilities bills, such as, of course, which are supported by government, that is, could be non-corrupt. The utility bills could be the hydros, could be the water heater. That is the least they know they're supporting. If it comes to TV, come to telephone, to the government, don't pay. They don't care about it. They don't even take care of those telephones. They don't even don't want to talk to nobody. If it comes to telephone, that is your own thing. So what can we do about those kind of orders? So we intend things which are captured by government, we observed. That is for government to protect it. And then we leave it to the governments. They want that are non-supported by the governments, and then there are two individual things, there are two family things. We should ensure we take them off. We ensure we control them off, and then we ensure we give this one a portional addition, a government aid assistance concerned alongside the areas such as hydros. Yes, there are government portional concerned assistance for the residents, and then we support that. We leave it, and then if it comes to giving this one the citizens or the migrants way to save money for their futures, and then narrowing all the circumstances and opening also the future savings. And then we should ensure, yes, we cut off life insurance, we cut off auto insurance, we cut off hospital bills, and then we also cut off this one, the phone bills, the people who are running phone bills, the internet bills, the TV bills, and those associations which are private, they are non-governmental supported private things. We have to ensure we stop those monthly payment towards those kind of orders, and then to ensure we give this one the migrant and the citizens this one the mandates circumstances to open their future savings, so that they have at least money if that is the money problems, because all of them, they are just getting knocked off because of those matters. They are all related issues. What can we do? So if that is the concern, of course, we are really working very hard about that. That is to do with the campaign and elections, because the what I'm saying doesn't remain here. It goes normal to every individual's heads, and then they are saying is the one which also come to us. That's why we also respond like this. Is the one that also goes from one individual to the other individuals. And then is the one which people normally says. Therefore, they will get it because it's elections. It's things which we know, which is affected people, and people are really affected, and they affected every individuals, and every individual is very painful for them to just waste on daily basis. Whatever, how hard they are making the money from, you don't know. This is a computers. If my SATA is fair in 2000s, and then I have a way to make paychecks, and then now I don't have a paychecks. I'm using a different Windows. That could be the Windows system which come new, affected every individual. So every individual become very corrupt. That's why we don't have anything to do about it. What else? The system moved to them. The one who said that they are dealing with bills, how much they will accelerate if they lose this much. That is really not a fair deal. So what is required could be bringing solutions and bringing ideas which is too acceptable within our societies for future references. Otherwise, that is to do with the much dilemmas, and then how to terminate those dilemmas. Otherwise, the devil is a liar.